Hey guys, Dale here, back with some more of our RimWorld Ascension series, and Osley has been converted, so we'll go ahead and release her. Erica, you've been doing the thing, right? Welcome back to the colony, Cosley. We did have some thrumbos, so we got a little bit of thrumbo fur, and we are crazy on meat because right before that I was hunting buffalo. We have installed a prosthetic arm or shoulder, whatever, on Eel. And so now we're just hoping that the healer mech serum fixes his brain. So can't do anything about the stomach. I was hoping we could extract a stomach from a prisoner, but we're not able to do that without like a mod. And we don't have the ability to build bionics yet. We are researching biosculpting. So if the healer mech serum doesn't work, then potentially we could go the biosculptor route. But let's go ahead and wait. Contents, drop it. Is it an operation? Healer. Administer healer mech serum. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Sonia also did the arm surgery. She got it in one shot. We did have an orbital exotic goods trader. So we got another side trainer that I think we'll have Sonia use. And with the conversions that we've been doing, we have the ability to adjust our ideology. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, it did. It fixed your brain. You're anesthetized right now. Okay, so you'll get back up and that will be great. Stop hauling logs. Whip. Does not set it as your primary. It does. Hopefully that fixes that. So let's take a look at our ideology and then we're gonna take off. Let's reform. Let's add a meme. Okay, so we are not sure what we're doing. Human primacy. Let's go ahead. I guess let's do bulwark. That's just like a nice bonus. We've had a colonist die already, so I think it's appropriate that these guys would want to be more well defended, so we'll confirm that. Next, blunt armor. Sure. It's easier to kind of like get to cap on sharp armor, but blunt armor is harder. So we'll leave that as is. We're gonna add a roll. We're just gonna add one roll per reform, and I would like to get as many rolls as possible. Let's go ahead and rename this. We'll just say artisan. That's like my default choice. And all this stuff is good. We have not done any rituals, but our ritual room is set up even with the loudspeaker and whatnot. Okay, so you're gonna wake up. Let's go ahead and let's do a ceremony. Let's assign you as a production specialist. And I think it's just like he and Sonia are our best crafters. Grapple Shield is actually a pretty good crafter. We might do the same for him. We're gonna turn crafting off on Sonia for now since she has research tasks that she can do. Production smelting. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll have you guys be the primaries and we'll make both of you artisans. Silent, you can focus on tailoring. You can focus on machining, and then it'll be 2 for everything else. We'll do 2s there. Eel is back. Okay, cool. And Eel, do we want to give you the Zeus hammer? Actually, Eel, what I want to do is I want to assign you Brawler, and then we made some plate armor, some like uranium plate armor. So plate helmet and plate armor. We'll have you equip that. Edit. Let's turn off the cape. Why are you wearing a cape right now? Maybe because he just woke up. He's not even participating in the ritual. Okay. There we go. We will do one for Gravel Shield when we land. I think that's it. We have plenty of steel, so I'm not worried about leaving that steel behind. But let's get closer to where we want to put down a settlement to defend. And then I think what I want to do is I'll work on plans for updating the grav ship, because the grav ship will become just a vehicle for us to like go to quest sites and all that fun stuff. It does not need to be this big. It does not need to be our home. Are you sure you want to launch? Okay. And then can we make it all the way? No, that's the tile that we want. Is there anything interesting on the way? I guess we could hit up this genetics laboratory. And then we'll do a ritual and we'll see if there's anything good there. Well, we landed, we made Gravel Shield a production specialist. Eel has decided to take his clothes off and wander into this genetics facility because there are shelves here. Okay, well, we'll deconstruct that. I'm gonna let these guys sleep and then we'll plow through here and we'll take a look at what interesting genes we get in the morning. Okay, you're connected to those. I assume you're connected to these. Yeah, I can kind of faintly see the line right there. Let's take a look at what we have. We were able to get a couple things from that orbital trader. We got this limb regeneration gene. Random limb wound is reduced by 1 severity each day. If the organ has been destroyed, it will be restored with 2 hit points bleeding. I wonder if that works on internal organs. We might test it out on Eel. What does that do? That does a crazy number of damage. Eel, we could give you slow study. You probably already have it actually because you're a Neanderthal. Protector static. Okay. Well, we need our biosculptor pods because then we can naturalize Sonia, turn her xenogenes into endogenes, and then we could give her like a static lord xenotype. That way she can learn that. Actually, let's learn this. We'll see what tree that unlocks. See if there's anything interesting in that tree that we want to continue down. So it unlocked the Technomancer tree. Word of progress, speaks words, insight. The target will experience double research speed and intellectual gain for 5 days. That's pretty nice. We could be casting that on our researchers. And then, oh, honestly, you're back. You're at 120%. Erica's at 120%, right? But neither of them have any genes that would allow us to give them any like side casting. So I guess we'll hold it until we figure out what we want to do with that. Okay, people are starting to wake up. Eel, rocking a shield belt, a proper one, not a ranged one, and then uranium plate helmet, uranium plate armor, some uranium plate gloves and boots. So he's at 145 sharp armor, 83 blunt, definitely in a better spot than some of our folks were previously. Why don't I make uranium plate helmets for everyone? Let's do until 1. And we should have plenty of uranium. Uranium or 800. And this takes 170. Okay. So we'll be able to make like 4 of these. Who all needs helmets? You do. You do. You have that flak helmet. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Sonia. We could throw her in her Mechanitor gear, but, you know, this is supposed to be living her simple life with, like, her little turban and her shades. We'll see. Okay, but there is some more uranium on the map, so we'll go ahead and find that out. Oh, that's quite a bit more than I thought there would be. In the meantime, Eel, why don't you go ahead and retrieve what we need. Rendering map, okay. Well, we have a little raid coming in. Just grab Silent Gravel Shield and Sonia, and hopefully we can take these guys out before they gain any ground. Ooh, their friend is still coming at us. Okay. Great. We will unforbid all that. Eel is having a look through the building. Some other folks kind of wandered in to start doing their own thing. And we did get another Psylink gene here. We got the Night Stalker and then Rat Vomit, which doesn't sound very appetizing or interesting. We have a Xenotype Nullifier. Okay. And what do we have here? We have Naked Speed. We have Smoke Leaf, Impervious, and Cold Speed. Let's have you split that. Oh, and then why don't you head in that way? And then we'll have you check out these tiny rooms. Okay, one more here. Organ regeneration. Okay, that might be what we need. Prioritize splitting that. This one is Deathless, Short Pregnancy, and Earwings. You can prioritize splitting that. What is this? A Xenotype Injector? Okay. Just looking for other miscellaneous loot. Don't see anything else on the ground. Xenotype Injector, what do? A genetic toolkit capable of forcefully removing all genes from the target, both germline and xenogenes, and replacing them with a random xenotype. As a result, the target will drop into coma for 3 days. Using the injector on a colonist suffering the coma will have no effect. Okay, maybe. What did we get from you? We want Skip Master from you. And 4 more days until we can try again. But, like, once we get the genes out of this guy, then we could probably use that on him and see what we get. See if there is some other xenotype that we want to harvest some genes from. Okay, we are on this tile for 7 more hours. Probably a little bit longer because we'll get that uranium mined, and then we will make our way to our home settlement. I forgot about Eel. He was just hanging out in this doorway, but we also got a gene remover. We'll target a gene at random. The target will drop into a coma. So, I think that is it. We have a combat supplier, so let's go ahead and summon that up. Oh, actually, can we eject all? Let's do that. And then all you, is there anything that we don't want? So, lumbering curled tail, grayless extended ears. Don't care about short pregnancy, naked speed, awful mining. Well, we'll keep that just in case we need an awful one. I don't want coward. We have multiple great crafting. Old speed, pale skin, fertility, smoke leaf, rat vomit. Slow is a no. Extreme entropy capacity. This is psychic related stuff. Fast hitter, long memory, irascible, rainy thunder maker, random minor animal summon, trotter hands, slow steady, primary chain, strong limb, fire spew. Okay, we'll keep all those. And then was there anything that we wanted to buy from you when it came to genes? I don't think so. Tech print brain wiring. Just like get the tech prints off the board. A shuttle engine. Okay. Germline mutator. We'll hold on to that stuff for now. We'll get rid of this and we'll hold on to the EP launcher. Trooper helmet. Oh, we have a trooper helmet? I guess I'll let someone wear that. Shield belt. Yes, in case we get another melee blocker. Anything else? Recon armor. Weapon-wise. No, I think we're good. So it's going to cost us 566. I think that is fine. Okay, and you can apply that as soon as you can. We will haul those in urgently. We are clear on mining uranium. We got about 300 uranium or so out of that, so let's go ahead and get out of here. We will making some room for a gene processor in here. I think we have the first xenotype that we're going to create. We'll make it for eel. As soon as we get landed, we are right here. Okay, so terrain information, 30 to 60 days growing. That's fine. We have crazy amounts of meat, mountainous slate limestone. I'm thinking we're gonna build our base like in this area, and then we'll do some fortifications up here and some fortifications down here. I'm not sure where we're gonna land the ship necessarily, so we'll have to figure that out. Okay, so I'm thinking we land the ship right there. Let's go ahead and I guess confirm that. And then I will do some base planning and maybe redesign the ship just to be like a little kind of like hopper type ship. We do need like a grav anchor though before we're able to launch the ship again, since we're settling here permanently. Let's take a look at research. I think we need fabrication for that. Grav anchor. Why don't we just do grav tech, advanced grav tech. Oh wait, no. They moved the grav anchor to like standard, right? So people could do it sooner. So we can build a grav anchor like immediately. Oh, we need more panels, which probably isn't a problem. What is if we caravan by foot? 3 days there, 3 days back. Okay, we could probably do that. We want to set this up maybe with some more defenses first. I'm thinking maybe we build some bridges around the ship initially and a bridge over to the shore. We did get that. We picked up a turret, so we can put a turret up outside. Okay, let me think about that. But let's go ahead and take a look here at recombining some genes. So we look at eel. Eel is at 120%. For whatever reason, I thought Neanderthals might have issues, but I guess it was just Orti that was like 20%. Maybe she was like psychically dull or something. So you're good. Neanderthals have the protector gene, cross-shaper gene. They're at 80%. Your front line, so we have some good genes to support that. You already have strong melee damage. We can give you fast hitter. What else could we do? We could do organ and limb regeneration, and then we can give you awful plants, awful mining, awful social. Maybe not awful mining, because you are one of our primary miners, so that is neutral. Unless it overrides genes that he already has, right? Awful plants, awful social. Or poor social. So that's... I think this would end up getting him to 90%, right? Because the poor social will be overridden by awful social. So they'll end up getting just a -1 from that awful social instead of the -2, since he already has a -1 from poor social. Recombine genes, fast hitter, awful plant social. And then we're gonna do these. Do we want anything else on you? Not really. Entropy? We'll think about that in the future. And so we'll just call this eel after eel. And then let's give it a face. Just so we know at a glance that we've modified him. Save template. Start combining on that. And then I'm going to take a moment to kind of like figure out what our base is going to look like. Okay, we are going to be building kind of a compact base, especially compared to like what I usually build. These are the plans. I really kind of want to see, we have that diagonal wall mod, the Nanami walls or whatever. So I really want to kind of like play around with that. So we're doing an octagon shape. The outer octagon will be the base. We'll have a hallway going around the interior. And then this inner octagon will be the docking bay for our much smaller grav ship. And maybe I should like recolor those. So kind of here is the outline of what our grav ship will be. So that's the front of it, of course, our pilot console, the grav core, and then this is the back side of it. But if GIF would get out of the way, I'll turn that overlay off. I'm just going to put down some initial bridges, and maybe we'll connect this one over to the shore. So this will give us like a point to do some defensive work on, right? So like raiders will come along this way or down this way. They'll make their way to the bridge, and then we can kind of like take a stand here so we can put some like barricades or embrasures down or whatever. I'm just not putting all the flooring down until we can kind of figure out what a defensive position looks like for us. We have started constructing some of our bridge. We're mining here. If we're going to be out in the middle of the ocean, I don't really want us like going around the map gathering resources, so we're researching drilling so that we can unlock scanning. I don't know if we're going to put drills down or scan on the map, but we might do long range scanning. Actually, let's queue that up. If we do long range scanning, I didn't realize that those were separate. So we'll do long range scanning because we can always just like fly out to go find a site, right? And then bring steel or whatever it is that we need back with us. Our xenogerm is complete. Let's find that. I should probably find a place for those. Stick those right there. We know it's in here though, so let's take a look. Oh no, where did it go? There it is. Eel. Let's go ahead and order implantation. Implanting, coma, after implanting, that's fine. Value of 1 and a food oh, nice. That is exactly what we thought it would be. Where are you at? You're mining, so you'll get that. And then we'll give you a Psylink. And then potentially, how long? You're very close to being recruited. You'll be on the front line as well. Cool. In storage, we do have a couple extra grav cores. We have some gravlite panels. When we start deconstructing the ship, we'll get a bunch of gravlite panels back. So that should be fine. I am kind of like waiting for us to be able to research more grav tech. Under advanced grav tech, we have this grav core power cell that should give us tons of power. But we also have this grav reactor. So this is the grav core power cell, the big grav core power cell. We use this in our Odyssey playthrough. It takes 3 grav cores and it gives out like a little bit more power than 3 individual grav core power cells. The footprint is 9x9 though, so there's like a space trade-off there. This looks like it's going to be a pretty big building. I don't know how many grav cores it'll take. But we'll see which one provides more power and which one we have more space for. But that'll be our power solution. We won't have to worry about like solar panels or anything like that. We might do some small grav core power cells on our grav ship, but with the GravTech mod, our grav engine is giving out 1200 watts of power as well. So I'm not sure if we'll necessarily need much more power than that on our little kind of like tile jumper grav ship. We need to figure out where we want to put the grav anchor, though. Grav anchor. It is a pretty big building, right? 2x2? Oh. Oh. A lot smaller than I thought it was. Maybe we have a mod that's kind of like taking care of that. What if we stuck it like right there? I think that's okay, but I do kind of want it to be like in a more defended position. So let's stick it back here for now, and then cancel those. I think we're like all out of steel. Like they laid all that steel down. So what we're mining is what we'll need for all of this. The grav anchor is supposed to be expensive, like, right? Plasteel panels. We need panels. So that was why I was talking about like going out to one of these sites. Don't want to do that until the grav anchor is down, unless we can get a shuttle. Shuttle research. We need transport pod. Oh, there's just so much stuff to research. Do that up. We're gonna put that ahead of gunsmithing, and then we'll bump the shuttle up. But we are gonna stay on task with fabrication. Eel. Health-wise, you're in a coma. Xenogerm-wise, 90% hunger, fast hitter, strong melee damage. You are going to be great. If we can get a lot of this onto you as well, that would be excellent. Okay, Eel is awake. Let's go ahead and have him use the silent neuroformer. Where are you at? You are on your way. Perfect. So side casting, 2 points to spend. 1 is for unlocking. Protector. Okay. So healing, pain block. Oh. Okay. So not only can he regenerate his own limbs and organs, but potentially we can get him to regenerate the limbs and organs of others. Destabilize. We're gonna go up this way first. We made him a protector to be on the front line of things. Oh man, I feel like we should get him a better weapon. Yeah, let's go ahead. You can have the Zeus hammer, my dude. You can have the Zeus hammer. Let's get rid of that. And we'll have you equip the Zeus hammer. I don't know why I was so iffy about it. It's just a Zeus hammer. It's not a Persona Zeus hammer. So you are good to go on that. Do we have the mod that lets us customize it? Zeus, no. Okay. That is fine. Okay, we did have an exotic goods trader, so we were able to sell some thrombohorn. We got a telescope. Looks like Erica is moving that guy down. Oh yeah, I do want these guys to have warlord. So we'll do protector on you for now, and then do these genes cost anything? Just complexity. So we'll redo his Xeno gene to add the warlord gene if we're able to get it. And you know what? I don't know why we're messing with this thing anymore. We do have the gene Ripper. We don't really have a place for it. I guess if we moved this shelf, we could stick it right there. Honestly, why don't you go ahead and make that change? And then we'll stick one of these here. We don't really have the steel for it, but we'll get it. And sorry, my dude, but next episode, we're just going to pull the genes out of you that we want out of you. I think that's going to be it for today. Try and get some building done. We'll see about what other mining we might do. There's some steel that's pretty close right there. I don't see any more steel on this island, though. And since this is so close, I might just barricade that off so that raiders can't come in from that way. That being said, we're susceptible to drop pod raids. We can build Oh, we probably have to research it first. Roof. We should be able to build like steel roofs, thick roof, um, thick stone roof. Guess let's queue that up. Does this require anything? Um, that should drop block drop pod raids from in our base, but we will be susceptible to mechanoid water emergencies. And that's not something I've really had to deal with before. Usually, if I'm playing on like a coastal or lake type tile, it's in a medieval run. So uh, I'm kind of curious to see what those will look like. Anyhow, I'm going to stop rambling for now. I'm going to thank you guys for hanging out with me. And as always, until next time, have a good one. Bye.